I'm gonna turn him on here. Wow. Wow. Good morning, Ruth. How are you doing? Oh, there goes Bite. Happy Halloween, Connie. Decided to decorate a little bit. Wow. You gonna come up and visit? Wow. Wow. My face looks great. Yeah, it's an improvement, huh? I'm getting a little better with the makeup. That looks pretty grisly. It's supposed to look like somebody went at me and clawed at my face. I look a little worse for the wear, yeah. Got to be careful though, it itches a little bit, so got to make sure I don't smudge it while I'm scratching. And there's Nibble coming to visit here. Sorry, she wasn't very tolerant of me trying to put makeup on her. That's what actually happened here. This isn't makeup. This is real. I tried to put makeup on Nibble, and that's what happened. Guy on my left is in bad shape. Yeah, he's seen better days. Yeah, I know. I started feeling bad about a week and a half ago. It was after I blamed it on because it was a couple days after I did Silent Screams about 2 weeks ago, and about 3 days later I started feeling bad, and I went to just kind of muscled through it, and went to work, but and it seemed to be getting better last week, and then it kind of rebounded again on Thursday when I went back to work, and I actually took Sila the day off on Silent Screams on Friday. I figured, if I'm a little bit under the weather, it probably isn't a good idea to do one of those back-to-back 20-hour days with 4 hours sleep in the middle. So I called John and said, yeah, I'm gonna take off tonight. I'm not feeling good. He was totally cool with it. But I did go last night. After I put all this stuff on, I said, "Oh, I hope I didn't put it on in such a way I couldn't put my glasses on here because it would be really a pain in the neck if the makeup made my glasses stick to my face." Happy Halloween, Renee. Freddie was in the maze last night. He kind of came up behind me after I chased a bunch of visitors out, and I said, "Go get him, Freddie." He took off after him. Now I don't even know if it was one of our Freddies or just somebody dressed as Freddy. Some people are going to the attraction in costume, so I don't know. That might have actually been just somebody in a costume. Happy Halloween, Ruth. Wasn't even planning on doing anything special Halloween wise, but just doing a regular live stream. Then I kind of got up this morning and said, you know what? Since I got a little bit extra time, since I told people I was going to be a little late going on, I'm going to bring a few props in here. So this thing that's always here, he's here, and the pumpkins are still here, but a lot of other stuff is added just for fun. Give you something interesting to look at, right? Is this the last day of Silo of Screams? Well, yes and no. Yes, it's the last day of the official one, but next Saturday they're going to do something called Blackout, which basically they run people through the mazes with all the lights out. So that should be kind of fun. They give them like glow sticks or little glow necklaces or something like that, and that's all they have. All right, you're getting on the TV. That's cool. Yeah, that should make this really horrific, huh? I bet you're right, John. There'll be a lot of costume people tonight. And it was crazy busy last night. If you watched the video I did about an hour ago, where I just kind of posted the programming notice video, um, there was actually a traffic jam to get into it, which, usually there's like one or two cars that you're waiting. There was actually, 10 or 15 cars backed up waiting to get into it. And when I went in there, they were parking people at the far end of the lot already. So I knew that that was going to be a late night. And tonight's only going to be worse. I don't know. The one thing that might save tonight is the fact that it's a work night. Tomorrow people have to go to work, so maybe people will go on Halloween, but maybe they won't go as late. I don't know. We'll see. You can see the comments on the TV screen. That's cool. That makes it easy to do that. That's one of the things I want to do when I get to my mom's house in California is get her set up so that she can watch it on her TV because I believe that she can do that. She watches it right now on her iPad, and that's just a little device like this. So she's like, watching it like this. It'd be very cool if she just get to the point where she could watch it on her TV. What time do they start today? 7 o'clock or 8 o'clock as usual. Now tonight I'm going to be able to actually, I think, go down there a little bit early and actually sit in the makeup chair. So hopefully I'll get some really good makeup put on. I've just been kind of doing my own stuff, and I'm getting pretty decent at it. But they got somebody there that's really really good. She showed me how to do this, but she spent like 5 minutes just kind of going over it. And if you remember that video I did with John, I just did something on my arm, and that was just me practicing. And like I said, practicing just a little bit here, I think I've gotten pretty good at it. Actually, we had another windstorm here, John, just a couple days ago, and about half that tree came down on its own. So I don't know, I might be able to do it on my own now. My concern wasn't so much getting up there and doing it, but if I did it wrong, the possibility was it would fall on my neighbor's house. And about 6 or 7 large branches came down on that windstorm on Thursday, and now there isn't as much of a danger of that. So I don't know. I may still tackle that yet. I'm definitely not going to have the wood hauled away, though. I'll save it for firewood. Yeah, I'm not going to pay $8,000 to haul it to tear down a tree. Like I said, I'll get up there and try it myself. Here comes Nibble again. Let me see. Bite's checking her out as he comes down here. As she comes down the hall here, she has this little dainty meow that she does. It's not even meow; it's more of a meow sound that she makes. Yeah, yeah, I'll figure out. I might just do the stump even myself. Hello, Gene. I'm doing all right. Yeah, the cat's got me, but I think I'll mend. Can I see SpaceX launches from my house? I haven't seen anything. I don't know if they launch any. They do have a facility close to Waco. Um, it's like 20 miles away or something like that. But I don't know if I don't think they launch anything there. My mom's good. My mom's good. Yeah, I've thought about a electric chainsaw. Right now, I've just got that reciprocating saw, and that's fine if you're dealing with branches that are like 4 inches or less. But some of these are pretty big, so I'm going to have to probably break down and buy that. Actually, one of the things I inherited from my father was his chainsaw, and it's just a matter of me going to get it. But I don't know, I might have to break down and buy one anyway. Oh, Jean checked in. Now she's going to check right back out again. That's okay. Thanks for stopping in, Jean. Glad you popped in. One of these days, I got to go get some more kitty treats, don't I? Got to throw her out to nibble too, or else she gets jealous. Nothing worse than a jealous cat. Yeah, the ground isn't perfectly level, but I think I can work around that. I think if I bring the tree down in small parts, though, especially the top parts, um, it'll fall straight to the ground. It isn't really leaning over the house; it's leaning towards the neighbor's house. So if I brought it down at the bottom, it's going to go like that onto the neighbor's house. But if I chop it off like little chunks from here, it'll just go straight down and it won't land on the neighbor's house. So, like I said, the big part of the big part that I was concerned about was the real top part of the tree, hitting the neighbor's house, and the big top part of the tree came down on its own. So, uh, like I said, about half that tree came down on its own. There was, 6 or 8 really large branches in the front yard on Thursday night when I got home from work. It's funny, when I was leaving work, one of my coworkers who was just coming in saying, "Yeah, be careful. It's really windy out there tonight." And I got out and I started thinking, "Oh, I hope that tree didn't come down." And I got home and it was just tree branches all over the yard. I mean, big tree branches, 8, 10 feet long, chunks. So, that tree is really dry at the top, which I guess doesn't really surprise me if it died last winter and then baked in the sun. Yeah, I was looking at Ryobi chainsaws because I got a lot of Ryobi tools and the batteries that go with them. So, you like the dancing skeletons behind me? That's cool. Yeah, I guess I could pull this aside a little bit. I tried to position everything so you could see everything, but what actually appears on the screen is not exactly the same as you get by looking at them from behind the camera there. So you notice I usually have Matt's Island Horizon videos running on the screen there. This time I decided to put some spooky Halloween videos. So gotta get the vodka within reach and distance here. I did do the live stream a little later today. We started almost an hour late, I think. You always love Halloween. It's a party before your birthday on November 1st. Awesome. Happy birthday, Bill. My father's birthday was on November 2nd, so we're coming up on that day too. It's going to be his second birthday since we lost him. Yeah, I have like 6 tombstones like this. I used to use them in my yard in California, and this guy, was in my yard in California, and the severed head and the ghost in the background there, and him. I used to have a little fun. I still do. I have a fun little projector that plays MPEG videos, and I projected that on one of the windows in my house upstairs. Kind of scary looking stuff. Yeah, no, I don't want to do the live streams too much later in the day because I still like to try and do a vlog on Sundays too. And if I do the live stream too late, then it really cuts down on the on the time I can do other things. I mean, I probably should mix it up a little bit too, so people who maybe aren't in the United States could maybe participate a little bit more. When I did them later in the day, I sometimes got, people in Europe and in Australia and all that checking in. That doesn't happen as much. My skeleton friend looks like he wants some cat treats. Let's see here. Want a cat treat? I guess he did. And then Bite's looking around now. He wants a cat treat too. You like the animal vlog? Yeah, I had that turned out to be a better vlog than I thought it was going to be. I figured, I didn't figure the place was going to be so big, and so it kind of surprised me that I actually ended up turning it into two vlogs because I got home, I had like 70 or 75 minutes of footage in that place. I was like, you know what, I got to turn that into two vlogs. The first part was the walkthrough part, and the second part was the drive-through part. And you're right, that horse was definitely following me. He followed me. There was like two halves of the drive-through, and they had those like those things that they keep that they have on driveways to keep like cows from escaping the yard. It's a bunch of like poles that have holes in them, so the cows won't go over, but cars can. They had a couple of those in there to keep the certain animals separated from other animals, and the horse followed me through that second section, almost all the way. Oh yeah, there's slobber all over the place. Again, and I'm still finding those food pellets all over the place. They're all over in the car because every once in a while they'd knock them out of my hand or something like that. I'm a professor in Stanford. I don't know if I go that far. No, I'm just some dork with a video camera. Yeah, those animals were all really tame. They came right up to the car. You'd stop the car and they just pop up and stick their head in the window. Were there a lot of people driving through the safari? No, not really. There weren't a whole lot of people there at all. There was one truck that was like behind me going through the safari, but I don't really, I think there were maybe, 8 or 10 cars in the parking lot when I was there, and probably half of those were employees. So wasn't really a whole lot of people. I don't think I saw anybody else walking around when I was. Um, Actually, no, there was a family I saw there when I was in the walking part, but for the most part, yeah, I had the place to myself almost. Like I said, there was a pickup truck that was following me through the safari. Yeah, all the animals are obviously very conditioned to looking to humans for food, which probably means they'll never be able to be released into the wild because they wouldn't survive long in the wild. Gotta be careful where I scratch here. Hey, Bite, you gonna come out and visit? he is. There's our co-host. Yeah, the giraffes are fun. I'd never fed a giraffe before. They are also very conditioned to coming up to people to get food. When am I going in? I assume you mean to Silo of Screams. I think I'm gonna bug out of here about 6 o'clock. They open the gates at 8, but if I go there and arrive a little bit earlier, I can sit in the chair and have their makeup person put on some makeup for me, so I won't have to do my own stuff. And she's way more talented than I am. I got to get myself a cat skeleton, don't I? Waiting for one of those animals to give me a big kiss. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if they go that far. I don't know if I'd want that anyway. I think there were a couple of them that were very curious about the camera. I remember in the aviary where that toucan was very curious about the camera. I think a couple of the birds tried to eat the camera too. How did the cats react to coming home? And I don't know. They didn't seem to notice. Although, like I said in the video, with all the animal slobber on my hands, I definitely washed my hands before I left. Besides, I didn't really pet any of the animals. It was just animal slobber. And I don't know. I don't know if the cats pick up the smell of animal slobber or not. Well, I did cover the pool last year. I just pulled the cover off too early. I figured once we got into kind of January, and all the leaves that dropped off the trees, I figured that was the end of it. But it turns out the tree that's directly over the pool doesn't drop its leaves until like March, and so that was a mess all winter. Yeah, it was a big bucket of pellets. You're right, and that was cool because then you didn't run out. And I think I paid, for all the animals I fed. I bought a one of each of the things they sold, and they sold a little thing of romaine lettuce for the giraffes, and I gave a little of that to one of the tortoises too. They sold monkeys for sold peanuts for the monkeys, and then they gave you that big bucket of pellets for everything else. And I mean, I didn't run out of pellets, so that was cool. When you vlog, how long is a good length of a clip to be edited in? You know what? There's no limit. I've done videos where it's a series of just 10 or 15-second clips, and I've done other videos where one clip goes for 10 minutes. It's just how long it takes to to get through the subject. My mom told me a joke once that kind of applies here. Um, she said that at some point, I don't know if she heard this or it was just a joke she'd heard, but somebody asked a college professor about how long a report had to be they were doing, and the college professor said it's like a woman's skirt. It has to be long enough to cover the subject, but short enough to be interesting. So there's your answer. Cryptic, if anything else. Did I use up all the pellets? No, actually, I ended up with a few at the end. So right before I left the preserve, I just kind of opened up the door and dumped them onto the ground. I figure someone will find them. Do I like Adobe Premiere? I've used Adobe Premiere, uh, and it's a very powerful tool. Um, but the version of Premiere I had was kind of, finicky as to what you could import and what files you could work from. It only really liked video that it created itself, and so It liked to work directly from a video format called AVI, but not just any AV. It's got to be an AV file that it created. Now it could output MPEG and stuff like that, but it didn't really deal well with other versions, other people's software or other people's video. Now I'm guessing they probably dealt with that now because it's been, I don't know, 15 or 20 years since I used Premiere. But I get really excellent results with the Nero software I use, and I like that. It's easy to use. It's very powerful. It does just about everything I'd like software to do. In fact, there's only really one thing I wish my video could do that it doesn't do, and that is I wish I could take video and play it backwards. Because sometimes it'd be fun to do like some backwards video. Yeah, yeah, the cats got me. I wasn't going to put makeup on myself. I was going to put makeup on Bite and Nibble, and they weren't too receptive to that. I was concerned about the Longhorns too, but they didn't. I'm guessing that they wouldn't be in there if they were damaging people's cars. So what do I use now? I use Nero Video. It comes with my Nero. It's actually Nero software for making CDs and DVDs, but it comes with a really powerful video editor, and you know it does everything I need it to do. It does some really cool wipes and fades and effects and all that kind of stuff. I can, like I said, basically do just about anything I want to do. They look like grill marks. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, put my face on the grill. That's how you tell a grill's hot, right? Put your face on it. Is that what you'd recommend I do? Put my face on the grill? I haven't received any quotes on the tree. I haven't called anyone out yet. And I don't know, some people were mentioning a little earlier, 1,500 or $2,000. I don't want to spend that amount of money to bring a tree down. Somebody else said 8,000. It's like, no way I'm spending that amount. But I'll have a future video on that because there's been a development in the tree situation. Do I know how much this guy weighs? I think this guy is 16 or 17 pounds. He's a pretty big boy. And I think his sister's a little smaller, but she's probably about 15 pounds. They both should lose some weight, but has Jordan given me any tips on editing videos? No. Matter of fact, I was editing videos before he was. Jordan only really started editing video when he started vlogging about 5 years ago. I've been doing it for about 20. I think Jordan still edits on his phone too. Maybe it's just these old eyes, but I could never, be sitting there trying to edit a video on my phone. I wouldn't be able to see what's going on. I got to have it on a computer. Jordan gives me a lot of other tips, so he's I generally take his advice. He'll sometimes send me a text to say, "Hey, you ought to rename this video this, or you ought to do this or do that," in tips because he knows how to get the videos noticed. He's got a lot of experience on that, and so basically, when he gives me some advice on stuff like that, I take it. Yeah, I think the cabinet should be done in December sometime. I think is when they said. He's healthy, maybe a little more than healthy. He's just a big boy. Listen to that flab. Howell and Sons. Huh? I've never heard of them. I noticed one of my neighbors across the street, had a tree taken down a few weeks ago. I might talk to them, see what they recommend. Am I working for Silo of Screams again tonight? Yes. Yeah, going back tonight. Gang of monkeys throw the lights off your grandfather's truck in one of those. That's awesome. What a great story. That's almost worth having to do the repairs to the vehicle just to have that story, especially if you had video of it. If anything weird like that happened when I was in there, that I would have video of it. It was all rather boring and routine. And I think they call a gang of monkeys at Congress, which kind of makes sense, right? Because that's what we call the gang of monkeys that are our leaders. Mike's looking out the window. I don't know what he sees out there, but it's obviously more fascinating than me sitting here talking to my computer. Yeah, I don't know at this point when I'm going to go. I really got to get off my butt and talk to my boss and make some plans to do that. I keep putting it off. I'm a bit of a procrastinator sometimes. That's the great thing about having a vlog. In terms of what I've done to this house. It took me 5 years to get where I was, if where I am now, if it wasn't for the vlog. But you get up and you got to do something. You got to have something to motivate you, and having to do a vlog. It's like, okay, well, that's it. I got to do a vlog. So what are we gonna do today? to add to the ambiance in here, I was thinking about bringing one of the smoke machines in here, but there's two downsides to that. First off, the smoke machines always set off the smoke detectors, and that's not a lot of fun. And two, it freaks out the cats. The cats don't like the smoke machines, so no fog in here today. Sorry. That'd be kind of creepy though, right? That was creepy as a severed head hanging from the ceiling. Or this dude. How horrific is that, huh? With a kitty treat in his mouth? Looks like he needs some dental work too, huh? Everyone suddenly got quiet. Be fun to watch me and my mom live stream together someday. She's open to the idea. We'll probably do it at some point when I'm there. Ugh. Yeah, I know. I'll get off my butt and do it at some point. But we talk every Sunday, and she enjoys watching the vlogs, and she loves watching the live streams too. So she finally got to the point where she can read the comments now. So for a while there, she'd just hear me talking, and she couldn't see any of the comments on the side. So why? Meow, meow, meow. See, he comes when he's called. No, there he goes. I hear Nibble jumping down coming off the shelves, so she'll probably pop out here in a second. Yep, there she is. There's one for you, Nibble. You let Bite get it though. Let's see if we can arc it over him here. Yep, Nibble got that one. Ha ha. And she got that one. Actually thought I was going to hit Bite with that one, but I guess not. conditioning them so they don't even need to come to me to get the kitty treats. It's really the only exercise they get. Most of the rest of the time, they're just sleeping. All right, let's see here. How old was my dad when he passed? What was he, 82, 83, something like that? Hey, Jeff, how you doing? He's doing the fall festival. Yeah, I'd like to see the reaction from the police too if they pulled me over for the scratches. That would kind of be funny. Yeah, I'm a little under the weather. I actually ended up calling in sick one day on Silo Screams. I didn't go in on Friday night. I went to work that day. I kind of felt a little weird for the previous couple of days and decided that two back-to-back 20-hour days to probably just wasn't a good idea. So I didn't go in on Friday, but I went in last night. I'm on the mend. I'll live. Let's turn him so he's facing us a little bit more here. Since my typical co-host has taken off. How many years have I been doing vlogs? I'm coming up on 3 here now, I think. I mean, the first few vlogs I did, I wasn't doing them daily. I was doing them, periodically. And I think there was like probably a 1 month period between the first and second vlog. And I didn't really get serious about doing them on a daily basis until I got into like May. So we're probably 2.5 years now. It's been about that long since I've been in Texas because it was May of that year that I left California and came here. Don't let Bite cross my path on Halloween. He'd only be half the danger because he's only half black. The horse wasn't there when I got to the end of the. See, what ends up happening is the front end of the safari is one section and it's separated from the back half of the safari, which is the second section. So you end up going into you go into the first section. As you work your way back, you get into the second section, then you hit the back of the section, you come back forward, and then you go back into the front section again. So the horse was in that back section and wasn't there. I don't remember getting sick last year at Silo of Screams, but maybe I did. I've known that was an issue because when I used to work at Disney, when they on the weeks where they do like overnight rehearsals, I used to work in the parades department at Disneyland, and when they do parades rehearsals, you had to do that at night when the park was closed. And when I was doing that and going to school and working and all that stuff, it would catch up to me then too. I feel so bad for the horse. He seemed so hungry. Yeah, maybe if they fed him more, maybe he'd be a bigger horse. Can I speak French, please? No, I don't speak French. Bonjour, that's about all I know. Thanks, Jeff. Good talking to you. Have fun at your festival. Yeah, no, no, none of that. I do not speak French. I'm not even going to try it because I'll slaughter it. You too, friend. I'll get over this pretty quick here. It's just one of those things that I just got to muscle through. And actually, I'm sleeping pretty well, and the only symptoms I got are the throat's a little raspy. Happy Halloween to you too, Brad's brain. One of my favorite holidays. See, that's probably why I put up with doing all the silo of screams because I have such a blast doing it. Hey, VNA, long time no see. Yeah, I was a little concerned too, Kathleen, about those bighorns that were blowing around there because I saw them coming up to my car and I said, "Oh, I hope they don't damage the car." This is a lease. The guy on the left seems to have dozed off. Yeah, that's probably true. I'm guessing probably half the people here have dozed off too. We've had a lot of wind here too, and I got like branches and stuff like that I got to deal with. What's the white skull? You mean this thing? This is just a Halloween thing I got at Disneyland a number of years ago. I saw a lot of people had them. They were actually wearing them around their neck like a necklace, but I don't know. It's got little suction cups in the eyeballs there, so you can attach it to the inside of your window. And I used to use that for Halloween when I did Halloween in the house, and it seemed like a good thing to have there. It's possible. I have canceled live streams because my voice was lost. Yeah, I don't get to do a lot of the decorating anymore because I'm doing Silo's Screams now for Halloween. So I haven't really used any of the stuff. So this is like the first time a lot of this stuff's seen the light of day since I moved here from California. It would have been 3 years ago last time I used this stuff. How far am I away from the hometown Don Henley grew up? I don't know. I don't know where he grew up. So is that in Texas? What was the final outcome of the garden? The tomatoes and peppers are both still producing. The peppers were slow starters because I think when they first started growing in there, it wasn't sunny enough. I think they like it really sunny, and as soon as it started getting sunny, they started growing. So the peppers are producing like crazy. In fact, I'll probably have to go out and harvest today. Tomatoes are still kind of hanging in there too. I'm still getting a bunch of little cherry tomatoes. I don't know. Let me see if I can see where. That's the beauty of the internet here. We can figure out where Don Henley was born. It's about 3 hours away, a little under 200 miles. He was born in a town called Gilmore, Texas. Not Gilmore, Gilmer, which looks like it's about 100 miles east of Dallas. Yeah, yeah, the garden was definitely a success this year. Yeah, they're still producing tomatoes and jalapenos. I don't know if the tomatoes, the plants themselves seem to be getting a little rough, so they may end up getting pulled out at some point. I don't know if the jalapeno plants will continue growing year after year. If they do, I will let them, because I'm very satisfied with the results I got from them. The tomatoes are a little more than just an occasional snack, and most of them, the little cherry tomatoes, I just picked them off the branch and ate them right there. Didn't even make them in the house. Yeah, Texas is a big state, so a lot of stuff is a long distance from a lot of other stuff. Yeah, the jalapenos have been a very, I've been very happy with the results I've gotten on those. I've gotten, more than I actually need. So that's always a good thing when you're producing more than you need. And you're right about fresh fruits and veggies. I haven't grown any fruits this year. It's just been tomatoes and which I guess technically tomatoes are considered a fruit, aren't they? We wanted to go to Marfa, but it's 5 hours away. Yeah, that's quite a distance. That's a commitment to a trip, definitely. It's one of those things you go, you stay there for a day or two. You haven't even been to Bucky's? Oh man, I've only been here for 2.5 years, and I've been to Bucky's several times. Thanks, Kathleen. I'm glad you appreciate the effort. Yeah, as long as people keep coming in, checking in for the live streams, if it just gets to the point where I'm here and nobody's saying anything, then I'll make the make the conclusion that people just aren't interested anymore. But um, as long as people keep coming in here, there aren't a lot of people here. There's about 40 people watching right now, but that's great. We're keeping the conversation going, we're having fun, and that's all it's really about. And in terms of the rest of it, it isn't about dollars for me. I'm not doing this to support myself. I get a little bit of money from that, and that's cool. But it's mostly just you know, I think what I get from the videos is worth more to me than the money. I support myself all right, with my job, and honestly, I could quit doing this right now, and it wouldn't affect me that much. Except I'd have a lot more free time and would be a lot further behind on getting this house done. So it keeps me motivated. I make friends, and that's cool. And if you want to send me a PayPal or if you want to be a Patreon, that's great. Links on the front page. Check it out. But I'm not even trying to turn this into something that I support myself on. It's just a hobby. Somebody at your work was wearing a Bucky's Halloween shirt. Now you really want one. Is there one near you? Yeah, I like our small group here too. You may remember a few months ago when we were doing the T-shirts, and Dana Pretzer donated a bunch of T-shirts to give away as contests. I was really happy with the people who won T-shirts because it was all of my best fans. It was all the ones that are always here on the live streams. And a lot of the questions, that's what they were. They were from things that you'd only know if you watched the live streams. So I was very happy that the people who got them were all the Uber fans. Well, once again, Prairie Back, I'm not. This isn't about money. YouTube is providing the platform. They deserve a little bit of a cut of the action too. So whatever. It's just a nice little treat when every once in a while I get a check from YouTube, and I'm grateful for all of you who watch it. And That's all that really matters. So, need to get the guy sitting behind me. This guy, yeah, he's only half a guy though. He's only half the man he ever was. Obviously, I discuss topics that are generally interested in. Yeah, well, I mean, it wouldn't be much of a video if I talked about things that I wasn't interested in. It's the same thing with Jordan. Jordan gets a lot of suggestions on things he should do videos on, but you know, he doesn't. If he's not interested in the subject, he's not interested in the subject. So, that's just the reality of it. It's not going to be, what makes Jordan's videos so great is he's interested in the subject, and he's interested in it enough to research it, learn everything he can, and find some interesting little trivia about it, something that most people didn't know. And, that's what makes it a great video. I think that's what makes any of them a great video. It's not going to be a good video if it's not interesting to you. Well, I take us through the silo. I haven't done a video for him this year. Sometimes, he doesn't really necessarily want somebody just to walk through all the video, all the mazes and show everyone because he wants people to come see it. And and he actually said this year that he'd trust me to shoot whatever I wanted in there. And it's like, no, I'm going to still talk to you because uh, it's your mazes, it's your creation, and you should have a say on it. It is funny though. I've been watching uh, the video I did for him 2 years ago of the fun house. That was the one with all the clowns in it. That video is trending again, and it's funny because John has that video on his Silo Screams webpage, and we've been getting a lot of hits on those videos lately. And I know that's entirely from John. And it's funny because what happens is you can configure if you're a YouTube creator like I am, you can go behind the scenes inside the channel and get a lot of detailed information about how the video is performing and who's watching it and stuff like that. And one of the things you can do is track daily view rates. And it's funny, in the month of October, there's a peak and then a drop, and then a peak and a drop, and a peak and a drop, and a peak and a drop. It's like waves in the ocean. And the peaks correspond to every Saturday, there's a peak. And as we went through October, each Saturday there was more and more and more and more views. And that video right now is quickly becoming one of my most popular videos. I mean, my number one is still that JFK video where I traced the route from the book depository to where he was arrested. And that one's got more than 30,000 views. That's the closest thing I've got to a viral video. And that still gets decent views. But I was looking this morning, and that one I did at the Funhouse is about 4,500 views, and that's really good for one of my videos. Very happy with that. Let's see if I can. Oops. Let's see here. Because in the most recent 48 hours, it's the number 4 video. I don't usually do most of this stuff on my cell phone here, so I gotta sort by most views. Okay, let's see. Let's set the time frame here. Oops. Keep pressing the wrong button here. Yeah, 33,000 views on that one. Let's see, we should sort them by most viewed. Okay, there we go. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's the ninth most popular video I've ever done. So actually, no, that can't be because I'm looking at the view counts, and even that doesn't follow exactly. I think it's the eighth most popular video. Some of these I can understand completely why they're popular. I mean, number one is the JFK assassination, where I show the route from the book depository to where he was arrested. Number two is the one where I go inside his jail cell. Number three completely baffles me. I have no idea why people watch this video. It was the one when I was in my apartment and I repaired that floor lamp. It's had 7,300 views. Number four, I totally get because it's a story. It's my story of why I left Disney. That was episode number 28. Number five is another one that makes sense. It's how I met Jordan the Lion. That was when the day we left for Texas, and he told the story of how we met. Number six, I don't get that one at all either. That was when I took down the porch lamp in my apartment and repainted it. Number seven is another JFK video. And number eight is the Silo of Screams one. And then number nine is a video where I bought where I went through the house that I bought. So yeah, I mean it's baffling which ones people watch sometimes. But okay, anyway, I've stared at my phone and long enough. I missed some stuff here. Wish Jacob the Carpetbagger would visit Silo. I don't think he'd be. The problem he'd have is he wouldn't. It would be the same as when I did it initially. I wouldn't be able to show you anything because you're not allowed to bring cameras in there. Although people do break those rules because there every once in a while there's cameras in there. You see them, but if he followed the rules, which I'm guessing he probably would, he'd go in there and he wouldn't be able to do it. It would have to be like I did it, where I went through the maze and then came out and talked about what I saw in there. The only reason I got any inside footage in that place is because I actually started working there, became friends with John, and he invited me to do that. Today is Laura Lee's birthday. Happy birthday, Laura Lee. On Halloween. How awesome is that? Yeah, Kathleen, I did on that particular episode. I started out at the Texas Book Depository. I walked north on the street to where he picked up the bus. Then when he got off the bus, I went to the taxi stand where he went and caught a cab to his boarding house. I went to the boarding house. I was actually going to try and go in there, but the person wasn't there that day, and I couldn't get in. And then ultimately, I went over to the movie theater, and also uh, there was a shoe store down the street, and the owner or the guy who was running the shoe store saw Oswald kind of hide inside the store when the police went by and thought something was weird. So he called the police on him. He was the reason the police showed up at the movie theater, and then I ended up at the movie theater, and that was closed, but the theater is still there, and there's a historical marker out in front of it too that tells the story about what happened. Yeah, I'm not like that. I got to admit, I've never even seen one of Carpetbaggers videos, but that would be a turn off right there. To open up your wallet and they'll talk to you. No, look, I'm going to take the opposite approach. There's a lot of people out there that are in worse shape financially than I am. If you don't have the money, don't give me money. All right, I don't really need it. If you wanna, that's awesome. I appreciate it. I'll help. I'll invest it in a project, and if you can afford to do it, that's awesome. But watch my videos. That's all that matters. Like I said, I'm not in this for the money. Thank you, John. Yeah, I'm proud of that. Of actually those two videos. They're both, I think, very good. They're my number one and number two videos because the one, I traced Oswald's steps, and the second one I went to where um, the jail cell was, where he was. I actually got into the jail cell. They were in the process at the time of turning that building that where Oswald was shot into a museum. And I went in there initially, and they said, "No, we can't let you know." I just wanted to go see the area where he was shot, and they initially said, "Oh no, we're in the process of turning it into a museum. It's a construction zone. You can't see it right now." And then a minute later, a guy behind the counter said, "Hang on a minute, come with me." And he took me into an elevator, and I figured he was just going to take me up to an upper floor where I could, maybe make my case to somebody, about what was going on. And while I'm in the elevator, he says, "Oh, by the way, this is the elevator that Oswald rode down in right before he was shot." And he was like, "Whoa, really? Can I shoot in here?" And he said, "Yeah, yeah, go ahead." And I started talking about that. And then he opened up the elevator. And next thing I know, I'm looking at this glass window at these three jail cells. And he says, "This is where he was kept." And I said, "Which one?" He said, "The one in the middle." And next thing I know, he opens the door and lets me in. And then he walks off for like a minute or two. So I have like 2 minutes inside that jail cell all by myself. And I couldn't believe that. I think that was the first time I ever did a video that reminded me of one of Jordan's videos. Because I've been with Jordan on a number of his videos. And, he usually starts off with this kind of vague notion of what he wants to do on a video. And then just through his own personality, he kind of talks his way into it. And the video gets better and better and better and better and better. And that kind of happened here too, because it's just one of those things that I was hoping to see the place where he was shot, and next thing I know, I'm standing in the cell that where he was held. And then later on, he took me downstairs where he was shot and showed me exactly where that was. And so that was really awesome. And now I've talked a whole bunch here, and I go to the movie theater. I couldn't get into the theater because the theater was closed. Daniel like the animal drive-through park. Yeah, I love doing that one. That one's fun. Happy birthday to you, my happy birthday, happy Halloween to you too, Michael. Brad Brain did a video on how to open up the hood of a '99 Ford Explorer with a broken cable, and it's got 26,000 views. That's the kind of stuff people look for. Because I'm sure that happens to a lot of people. And a lot of people just go to YouTube. It's like, how do you open up the hood of a Ford Explorer with a broken cable? While I replant the palm trees. Palm trees are dead, so no, I'm going to pull them out. We'll put something else in there. I'm sorry I lost those. Those were cool, but they didn't survive the big freeze last winter. I don't know. I met Jacob the carpetbagger once. Jordan and Adam and I hung out with him uh, a few years ago, and he seemed like a really nice, down to earth guy. Like I said, I've never seen one of his videos, but where are the cats now? That's a good question. I guess since I'm just not dishing out the treats enough, they're not making their appearance made here. I hear cats jumping off the shelves up in their room now, so that probably means they'll be popping around the corner here any second. There's one, and there's the other one. They know that sound. I'll tell you, since we just got a little debris down here, what I'm going to do is we are just going to go put the debris on the ground right here, and they can help themselves. Just a couple here. That'll encourage me to go get some more, right? Yeah, there's one of them at least that's happy. You like the makeup? Yeah, I decided I was gonna do a Halloween live stream, so put a bunch of funny things up here. Better come out, nibble. You're gonna miss some. Because Bite will be all too happy to eat them all. Here comes Chumbawamba. I'm good, Tracy. How are you? I think a pecan just landed on the tree or on the house. Both the cats kind of went and looked at it. Now Nibble's gonna go see if she can get some kitty treats before they're all gone. There's still a few there, Nibble. There's definitely an eating hierarchy here because Bite gets to eat first, and then Nibble gets what's left. In this case, I don't think there's going to be much left. Bite's going to eat everything because he's the pig. But that's the way it is. How was Silo? Silo was fun. I love doing that. Yeah, skeleton behind me. He's literally skeleton, skin and bones. Drive through zoo is fun. Thanks. Thanks, SG. Appreciate that. I thought it was fun too. I was amazed how much footage I got there. I got home, I had like 70 or 75 minutes of footage. And I showed you most of it, I think. I debated putting the turtle orgy on the video, but in the end, it made it. You ate it all up and you didn't leave any for your sister. You pig. Now you're sniffing around to see if you missed anything. You're such a gentleman. Sorry, Nibble. You got to be faster. Happy Halloween, Angela. Good to see you. Oh yeah, that's not uncommon in science classes that they that the skeletons are real. Yeah, as you can see, I got a little mashed up here. I was trying to put makeup on the cats and they didn't like it. Is my skeleton real bones? No, mine's not made out of plastic. He's a Halloween prop. And he has no ligaments. Come on, man, stop leaning on me. You're invading my space. Got to practice social distancing, dude. I know you're a skeleton, but hey, Eric's here. How's it going, buddy? Like the tombstones and the ghost, the severed head. This dude still has a kitty treat in his mouth. Maybe we can give that one a nibble. I'm sure Bite will steal it though. Yep, he did. Rah! Rah! Am I okay physically or emotionally? You like the tombstones? Yeah, those are a couple I had in the yard for years. White was out here a little while ago, hanging out, so he didn't seem to be terribly freaked out. This guy's been in the house since the beginning of October. He's kind of been on the live streams on all the live streams for the last few weeks. Physically, yeah, I guess I got a little bit of a cold. I've been kind of when I'm working at Silo of Screams, I tend to burn the candle at both ends, and I think that makes me sick a little bit. But I'll live. Put this guy back on his chair here. He's in my way. Ah, you sit here. You look pretty. All right. There, you're sitting there and looking pretty. Have I been eating too much candy? No, I haven't. Actually, I haven't had any candy this year. Sometimes I get, when I'm doing, doing trick or treating stuff, I'll buy candy and I'll have some of that. But I haven't had candy the last couple of years because I haven't been doing the trick or treating thing. No, skeleton definitely doesn't have the guts to do anything. I haven't been drinking the vodka enough. We're three-quarters of the way through the live stream, and I'm still a quarter of the way through the water. Vodka, vodka. It's vodka. Do skeletons have a name? No, no. The skeleton doesn't have a name. I guess Bonehead would be a good name, huh? You remember trick or treating as an adult? They would give out mini alcohol bottles to adults. That's awesome. I would go trick or treating if they were doing that. The only problem is I'd be passed out in someone's front yard. Fred, his name's Fred. All right, it's as good a name as any. I love setting up my house and doing doing Halloween that way. That was always I always loved doing that. Even when I was a kid, I was the one that put the speakers in the window and play spooky music and stuff like that for Halloween and put things on the yard and stuff like that. Not giving out candy. I'm going to Silo of Screams tonight, so I don't even know. I don't even know what this neighborhood does trick or treater wise. There's some kids that live across the street that are probably of the age, but I don't know. If I ever get to the point where I'm back to doing Halloween, at home and not doing Silo of Screams, and I guess I'll find out. But at this point, it hasn't. I have not been here on a Halloween night. So, in fact, the entire time I've been in Texas, I've been away on Halloween because even when I was in the apartment, I was doing Silo. I like Christmas. Christmas is one of my favorite seasons too, and I decorate the house for that. I put Christmas lights up all over the place, and I did that last year, and I'll do it again this year. It'll be easier this year because last year it was a matter of figuring out where everything was going to go. But last year I also put hooks up everywhere so that all I got to do now is just string it along the house, and that'll be a lot easier this year. I ought to be able to get Christmas lights up in an hour this year. So I don't leave any candy out on the porch. No, because the porch is kind of dark, and I don't want anyone coming up and tripping on the steps or anything like that. I think my favorite three seasons are Halloween, Christmas, and Fourth of July. Halloween just because I have kind of a dark sense of humor and enjoy, horror and that kind of stuff. Christmas because, I love the feel of Christmas. I love the Christmas lights, and Fourth of July because I love blowing things up. What am I doing on Thanksgiving? I don't know yet. Probably working. No, no Halloween decorations outside. Do I do a tree? No, I don't do a tree in the house just because I think the cats would be a problem with that. All my decorations for Christmas are outside. Although, I probably should do something for Christmas inside, just if nothing else, just to look cool on the live streams. You like the drive through Christmas lights video I did last year? Yeah, that was fun. No, I don't have any surveillance outside the house. Orly has a great Christmas joke. Why does Santa have three gardens? Because he likes to ho ho ho. But Angela made her first homemade salsa, the kind you have to cook for a bit, then blend. Came out great. Send me the recipe. I'm always looking for a good salsa. I really love the one I'm doing now, but I wouldn't have a problem mixing it up. Leave broccoli outside the door. Yeah, there you go. That's a good way to make sure they never come back. Well, I was just thinking when we were talking about that a little while ago, I've been talking about building a table along this wall back here, and I bet you I could do a really cool Christmas thing. Maybe not a nativity scene so much, but maybe like a little village with a train going around or something like that. I know my dad used to have a Christmas train that he'd set up, during the season, and that'd be kind of cool. It'd also probably be a good vlog too, setting it up every year. You had a nice Halloween surprise. You didn't get to decorate last year because you were ill, but your neighbors joined together and decorated your porch and front yard for you today. That's great. That's awesome. It's nice to have neighbors like that. Hi, Mark. How are you doing today? Our vending machine outside my door on. Yeah, yeah. You got to pay for your candy. Sorry. Or you got to trade something from your bag for something in here, then end up with a bunch of apples and candy corn that nobody likes. They both sound good. Tomatoes, onions, garlic, cilantro, and salt. That's a good start. Top bloggers had a train as a kid. Yeah, I did too. Solar flares. That was yeah. We're supposed to get those of you in the northern end of the United States and I guess northern end of Europe might see some good northern lights tonight because there was a big uh, solar flare on the sun. It was pointed right at the Earth, and what in the last day or so, I read about that too. The cats wake me up by meowing. Yeah, they did a little bit this morning, but I ignored them. I kept sleeping. I was tired. I didn't get up until about 10 this morning. Yeah, circus peanuts. Those aren't any good either. Those are horrible. Agreed. I don't really hate candy corn. It's not my go-to thing. I've seen the movie The Others. It's a great Halloweenish type movie, but no gore. No, I haven't seen that. I haven't even heard of it. But yeah. I don't know. I guess I like the gore to an extent. I've never been able to bring myself to see any of the Saw movies. They have caramel candy corn. That's awesome. Huh. I don't know. That doesn't. Is the caramel inside? You enjoy being your grandmother's partner in the annual gingerbread house competition. That sounds like fun. It'd be fun to try that sometime. I don't know. I don't know how artistic I am with that kind of stuff, though. Since we got the cats here, the cats are gone here. Let's turn it back on me here. Look at this lovely face. Even up close, that looks pretty good, doesn't it? That looks like that really hurts, doesn't it? I'm using a little of this dripping blood on this. I don't usually use this if Silo screams because it's so hot in there, and when you start sweating, it turns to liquid and it just runs off. But I'm not really exerting myself that much here, so I can do that. But even after almost 2 hours, it still looks pretty good. You think you're bad luck because she used to win all the time before you became her partner? That's funny. I'm sure she prefers losing and doing it with you though than to winning and not having you there. I bet you that's more valuable to her. Yeah, no, I'm going to take this off before I go. I'm Since I don't have to work today, I'm going to actually go to Silo a little bit early and sit in the chair and have their makeup artist do me, and I think I'll end up with some cool scars. Maybe I'll post that on the Facebook page. How did my face get so damaged? I was trying to put makeup on the cats and it just wasn't working. They weren't having it. I'm sure she does, Kathleen. I was reading this morning that the aurora borealis might be visible as far south as Arkansas, which is, I mean, that's down at my elevation. Look more like gashes from a lion than a cat. Yeah. Well, they swiped at me 4 times. I think it's infected. So, see you, Tracy Rothmeyers. Thanks for stopping in. Haven't really talked to my sister about visiting, but I'm sure she really want. I'm sure she'll be receptive to it. It'll be good to see her too. I'll probably end up staying at their house because that'll be easier than staying with my mom. Yeah, really bad cat scratches. Since the zoo blogs, have you thought about getting more pets that are odd or unusual? The horse seemed to bond. I think the horse was bonding to the food. I don't think the care. I don't think the horse cared whether I lived or died, so long as I'm dishing the food pellets. Looks like the fella next to me's seen better days. Yeah, he's had a bad week. Needs some dental work too. Jeez. Guess they don't have a dental plan at the graveyard. Doesn't my sister have any pets? They have a dog. Very cool dog. Yeah, makeup looked pretty good. This is like I said, it took me about 10 minutes to do this. But the first night I did it, the lady that showed me how to do it the week before, a couple weeks earlier, said, "Yeah, you did pretty good on that for someone to start up." And this is better now. I think at the time I did lobotomy scars. I think when I did the video showing you how I did that, I was saying that was what I was going to do was a lobotomy scars, and I think I did a gash on my face, but the more I thought, I kept thinking that scene from Avatar where there's that general who's part of the team that's trying to chase the indigenous people off the planet, and he's got this big scar that goes across his eye, and it kind of inspired by that. And I figured, well, I am supposed to be a creepy dentist, so so imagine my patient came up and went across my face like that. And that's sort of what I was thinking this was supposed to be, like the horse. Huh? Yeah, the horse was cool. Remember your dad used to tell you stories about people who rob graves for gold teeth. I guess that happens. It's kind of morbid, but it's a weird world. Drive to Silo like that with the makeup and take it off when I get there. Yeah, I don't know. I'll probably hop in the shower when I'm done with the live stream here, and so it'll all come off then. That'd be really funny. They'll drive to Silo screams like this, take the makeup off, and go in and then do it looking normal. Yeah, a lot of people pointed out that they thought the ostriches were actually emus, and they're probably right. Any more projects? Nothing planned. I still gotta paint the master bedroom, master bathroom. That's really all that's left to paint inside. Um, and like I said, I've been thinking about doing a for lack of a better term, a counter along this whole wall here. And that may happen at some point, but I don't know. It's right now it'll be really hard to do it because it's going to be horribly expensive because lumber is just off the clock expensive right now. How long did it take to clean the car? It took a little while, and I still haven't finished the job because I'm still finding those food pellets in the car. My eyes always hurt a little bit a day or so after Silo screams. I think it's because they got smoke machines running inside there, and I think that irritates my eyes after a while. The cow was drooling pretty good in my car. Yeah, I got dark upholstery in the car though, so I don't think it really showed up that much. Yeah, I was concerned when those bighorn cattle, whatever they were, came up to the car. I was not afraid of what they do to me because I don't think they could get to me, but I was afraid that they'd scratch the car or something like that. They seem to be pretty good at maneuvering those antlers around though, because a couple of them stuck their head in the car for the food, and I don't think one of them touched the car, not with the horns. Didn't realize until high school that ducks don't turn into swans. No, no, that's true. Gotta be careful where I scratch, or I'll scratch my makeup off. What kind of food is in those pellets? I think it's like alfalfa, just ground into pellets here. Oh, who knows what happens when this happens? Hey, you're on the live stream.
Oh, well, am I really?
Yes, you are really.
Okay, okay. Hello, everybody. Happy Halloween.
Yeah. I started a little late today because I stayed late last night at Silo Screams and was kind of tired, so
Yeah,
I slept in a little bit
I
late.
didn't think so.
Slept in a little late.
All righty.
So.
All righty. Well, how's everybody this morning?
Yeah, it looks like let's see. Angela's saying hi. Hi, Carolyn. DNA says happy Halloween. SG, hello, Ma Bruck. We were just talking about, let's see, we were talking about what kind of food was in the pellets when we went to that drive-through safari the other day.
Oh, okay.
So.
I haven't seen the second part of that vlog yet.
Okay, so. Yeah, you haven't seen the part then where you drove through. That was fun.
No.
And then,
I saw the first part.
Okay, yeah. So you got 2 videos to watch then.
Yeah, okay.
Because I also put the cover on the pool and have to deal with a tree situation in the front yard.
Okay. Did you have a dead tree?
It's dead-ish. It didn't survive the big freeze last winter.
Oh, that's too bad.
And then we had like a windstorm on Thursday, and I was concerned that the tree that I was going to have to get a professional in to bring the tree down because it kind of leans in such a direction it leans over the neighbor's house. And I didn't want it to fall on the neighbor's house, but there was a big windstorm on Thursday, and a lot of the upper branches off of it fell off of the tree now and landed in the yard. So maybe I can bring it down on my own. Maybe that's what I'm going to do for a vlog this week at some point.
Yeah. So you're going to get somebody to take it out.
I was thinking I was going to do that, but I think I might be able to do it myself now. Why? Because it isn't the danger of it coming down on the neighbor's house anymore.
Oh, I know it, but that's a huge job getting that stump out.
Yeah, well, that'll be a little bit of an issue, and maybe what I'll do is, just grind it down, or maybe we'll just leave it a couple feet off the ground and put a pot on it or something like that.
Do that, yeah. Yeah, that's actually easier trying to dig that stump out.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I wouldn't dig it out. If I did do something, I'd grind it down below the ground level.
Yeah. So you're not going to put another tree in.
No, probably not in that one. It's not one of my favorite trees. It's a nice tree, but it is kind of in an awkward area for mowing anyways. So it wouldn't hurt my feelings terribly to tear it out. Okay. And it is still alive, but the upper branches are completely dead, and there's just like new growth coming out of the base of it.
Okay.
And so I know you'll have to watch the video.
Okay, yeah, I will. Yeah. When I get to that point, yeah, I will.
Angela says you'll like part 2 of the drive-through safari.
Oh, I think I will. Yeah, I like the first one, but when you said you're going to go through the drive one, drive-through one, that sounds. So I'm anxious to watch that one. Yeah.
Yeah. Deanne asked if you had a lot of rain up there.
Oh my gosh. Oh, 4 or 5 inches.
You said something. You said something about more coming in too, right?
Yes. Well, yeah. Tomorrow it's supposed to rain. And Thursday it's supposed to rain. 70% chance both days.
Nice.
And one of the caregivers said, up to 10 inches.
Wow.
No, I don't know about that. That's
But it could happen.
If we get more snow in the mountains, that's the best part.
Yeah. And you said it brought up the level of Folsom Lake.
Yes. Oh, that's yeah. Good. I think it's doing well. But then somebody was saying that they just keep pumping that out of there because it's supposed to go to the Delta or something like that. Well, yeah, I suppose. But, Folsom Lake is never going to be what it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
Until they stop doing that. So
yeah,
anyway,
well.
but that's not my issue.
That's California.
I know. So what's everybody doing for Thanksgiving, for Halloween?
Oh, we've primarily been talking about what I'm doing for Halloween, which of course is at the silo.
Yeah, I know that.
And doing that. I guess people are just going to be giving out trick and treats here.
Okay. Yeah. Well, reason I'm calling earlier is because I'm going to go to Brenda's for dinner, and then we're going to do trick or treat stuff afterwards. So
okay, that sounds like fun. You going to do Halloween there at Brenda's house? That's cool. Yeah, probably more kids there than at a senior apartment.
Oh yeah. When I was down in Southern California, that one they did they gave each resident a great big bag of candy, and then the staff and their kids.
Oh, okay.
And a trick or treated. That was fun.
That's cool.
Yeah, and it was very fun because we got to see the staff and then their kids too. So that was a really cool idea.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Angela says, what's Brenda doing for dinner?
I have no idea.
No idea. Okay, have to figure it out.
But Tom often does tri-tips. So
okay, well, I can't go wrong with that.
Yeah, that would be good. So anyway, so what's everybody else doing?
Oh, what's everybody else doing here? Yeah, I mean, we've just been kind of talking about different things going on. You know how it is. You'll watch this in a couple hours. You'll see it.
Yeah. You have a cold.
Yeah, a little bit. It actually started a couple of weeks ago when I did the silo. About 3 days after it, 2 weeks ago, I started feeling a little sick, and I thought I was over it, and then it rebounded again.
Yeah.
And I actually I didn't go in on Friday night to silo because of it. I said, you know what? If I'm a little bit under the weather, it's probably not the best idea to do one of these back-to-back 20-hour days.
No.
So, but I went in last night and had a good time. So.
Okay. So you're better?
Yeah. I mean, the only thing that really is right now is my throat's a little scratchy. I don't sound normal.
No, you don't sound normal.
I'm a little abnormal right now, and everybody who's watching the video can see that.
Yeah.
You're not watching the video, so you can't see how abnormal I look.
Yeah. I will see that later.
Yes, you will.
I don't know when Brenda's coming, so I thought, well, I get a phone call, or now I got a live stream out of the way, and then we'll and then I can do the rest depending on when she comes. So anyway,
cool.
That's the.
Well, we're in the last couple minutes of the live stream anyway. So if you hang out for a couple minutes, then we'll end the live stream, and then you can do your call.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. Yeah, I'll just hang out on the phone then.
Yeah, that's cool. Let's see. DM's taking kids to trick or treat in Cedar Park, Texas.
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, they're gonna. You guys are 2 hours ahead, so you'll be going pretty soon.
Yeah, it's about 2 right now. I think I slept into about 10 this morning. It was really late. It was really late at Silo last night. They stopped letting people in the gate at 11, but we didn't get the last people through the maze until about 1. And so I didn't get home until about 2, and slept until about 10 this morning. Then I'm going to take a big nap before I go and do it again tonight.
Yeah. But you don't have to work in the morning.
I don't have to work tomorrow, so yeah. That was what I told John when I called in and said I wasn't going to do this, and said, you know what, I'll do it tomorrow night because I don't have to work the next day, and I can do a 20-hour day if I can recover the next day.
Yeah.
But if I have to do a 20-hour day and then go home, sleep for 4 hours, and then go do another 20-hour day, that really kind of kicks my butt.
Yeah, well, yeah, and that's why you said next year too. You're not going to do both nights.
Right.
Yeah.
So. Angela asked, "Do you like pumpkin pie?" I mean, I think I know the answer to that, but
I do. I do
yeah,
like pumpkin pie.
love
In
pumpkin
fact,
pie.
they have pretty decent pumpkin pie down here in the dining room. So
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
I just came from brunch with Barbara and Corinne, a couple of my
Okay,
friends.
okay,
So anyway, so yeah, so that was good. Their omelets are to die for.
okay. Well, that's good.
Yeah,
Well, yeah. I
yeah.
mean, you don't want to die for them, but
Well, no, but they're really good omelets.
yeah.
So anyway,
Mark says hi and hopes you're doing well.
yeah, I am. I'm doing well. Hanging in. I talked to I talked to my friend Lavon yesterday in Southern California, and I asked how she was doing, and she said, "Well, for my age, I said I'm doing about as well as I can. I think so."
There you go. There you go.
I could say something like that too.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I think we all can.
Yep, it's getting there. It's getting there. So, what were you talking about this morning? Anything interesting?
Oh, let's see. Well, I mean, so many things I got to stop. I think a lot of people like the drive-through safari that we talked about that for a while.
Yeah.
Let's see, just kind of there's a big uh, coronal mass ejection on the sun that's going to send it's going to maybe make the northern lights look good tonight.
Oh, really?
That's
Oh,
supposed to be exciting. We were talking about people's favorite types of Halloween candy. Let's see. I'm just kind of scrolling through the comments here.
okay.
People asking me if I'm decorating the outside of the house for Halloween. Let's
And you're
see.
not.
No, I set up a bunch of stuff inside for the live stream. You'll see that today too when you watch the live stream.
Okay. You
Right.
used to do Halloween
Oh yeah,
pretty big when you were in Southern California.
yeah, yeah. Like I said, the new tradition seems to be Silent Screams though. So
Yeah.
you
Well,
know,
yeah. You can't do both.
you can't
at
do
that
both
point.
exactly.
No, no. So you don't hand out candy, or do you just?
No, I don't do any candy this
Okay.
because
Okay.
somebody was suggesting I had to put a bowl out in the front yard and
Well,
take only one, but
you know,
and
well, they won't do that.
probably get away with that in Texas because I don't think people would take the whole bowl. You know, this isn't California.
Well, Raggets next door to us used to do that all the time.
Hmm.
That was, they had a great big bowl with a crazy witch holding it, and help yourself or something.
Yeah.
And that's how they did it. I think they weren't home, and so they just put candy out.
Okay. Well, I mean, as long as it works, I guess some places you can get away with that. Other places they just take the whole thing and the bowl.
Yeah.
And the witch.
Well, but if you have a cheap bowl, it really doesn't matter.
Yeah, I guess. So Deanne is asking if my mom can see my face. I know the answer to that. No, she can't.
No. Do you look really bad?
Well, you'll see why he's asking when you watch the video.
Well, yeah, but you need to take care of yourself, kiddo.
She has no idea.
Huh?
She has no idea. You'll get the joke when you see the video.
Okay.
Okay. Anyway, I think we've gone 2 hours on the live stream, so I'm going to end the live stream right now. Thanks everyone for watching, and I'll see you next time. Happy Halloween, everyone.
Have fun, guys.